and disengaging opportunity coming from the Alice. So this have got to go to the semi-late games. As long as Alice gets herself 3 items up, meaning the Enchanted Talisman, getting herself
Winter Truncheon, right?
Winter Truncheon. I don't think that is quite necessary here. I don't think that Winter Truncheon is very much necessary. Perhaps getting the Enchanted Talisman, which is something that we can definitely expect to see. I think the Holy Crystal is definitely going to be one thing that is going to be super important onto the side.
And the Lollipop?
Yeah, Lollipop, yes. Lollipop
right.
is definitely the first item here. So all these 3 items, I think it's going to get RSG into a really good mindset for mid-game.
Well, it is the 3 items that you're looking for, but will RSG be able to give Jason the lead to have his items? Because to farm up these 3 items, I think it would be very impressive if it's like a first mid-game where Alice is able to achieve these 3 items. But right now it's going to be Forza using the same tactics, going in, being very annoying. You can see he's constantly rotating, constantly finding members to pick off, delaying time from Almghty to be able to farm.
This is my problem though. They are pitting a Uranus to fight against an Alice, and we all know that Alice by no means is able to beat against Uranus, and thus Uranus will be able to have free reigns all across in the bottom lanes and will have massive amount of farm being able to push this Alice away just so that she's not able to get her stacks in. But here's the curious part now. They decided to switch it up, allowing the Uranus to go up top instead and allow Lapu Lapu to go to the bottom instead. I thought the former would have been better, just so that this Uranus will be completely untouched, because Alice have no way to deal with this Uranus.
Yeah, but I think that Lapu Lapu has his ways of dueling with the Alice in the bottom lane itself and task the swap. But you can see how Almghty plays the macro map. They know that RSG is going to go for that turtle, and instead they decided to rotate down onto the bottom lane itself, hopefully getting the first blood and also getting the full turret blading onto the bottom lane, which also will help them to gain back the goal. But they did not manage to find onto Jason, who is playing on the Alice, and it's going to be a retreat as they go into the mid lane.
I think that what Almghty is trying to do is that they are trying to go for an equilibrium throughout the map from top to bottom. Yes, Uranus is going to go down to the hands of RSG, while Almghty is trying to do their very best in the middle lane as well. Unfortunately, Almghty was not able to completely remove the outer plate turret, the outer plate that the turret has, and thus RSG definitely have got a better start here. Although I may dare add that I thought that RSG wouldn't be able to deal with this Uranus. I didn't quite say it just now, but that was like in my internal thinking. But I was completely wrong. It does seem like they do have the damage to deal with this Uranus after all.
Indeed, and Forza popped the ultimate. The Matilda brings super aggressive, trying to aim onto Ken, but did not manage to do so as Adamir pops into his ultimate, chasing down onto Sync, as well as 3 members of RSG. But Jason, look at his position. He's in, the Blood Oak comes in, starting up to 2 members as he's healing them back up. Whoa, that is 1 goal ultimate coming in from Alice.
But of course, at this point of time, Jason really does not have any form of damage. The main thing that you can do is just jump right in front of the enemy's team and hopefully to get them immobilized for that good 0.8 seconds in order for RSG to eventually come in for the next course of action. But Almghty was a little bit too close to the turret. There's nothing much that they could do. The best they can do is just fall back and hog on to that goal advantage that they originally have in order to bring themselves to the later stages of the game. Now that is the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good for RSG to be able to capitalize on the top lane itself, and right now Ken being caught into position will get paid the price as they bring down the killer of the team. June still trying to juke away from the team. It's going to be a disengage. Almghty, you have to go back. But can they be able to escape?
Ouch.
No, they can't, as it's going to be a killing spree onto the side of RSG.
And Sana currently in a really bad spot. Unfortunately, the real world manipulated this Sana, unable to get himself to run away in the nick of time. But all in all, that is going to be 2 good kills from the side of Almghty, but unfortunately they are still on a single kill deficit, and unfortunately also on a 2.2 thousand gold deficit. So it will still take some time for Almghty to come online, but unfortunately they are Almghty. They are the one that will be on a timer, as Jason will eventually skill a little bit too well for Almghty to handle, and the backline composition that RSG is able to put up on the Almghty is something that they should be scared. But Matilda is one thing they should be scared, as well as the Angela went on to a hard guard to allow Forza with the circling eagle to constantly pick off this Ken. There's really nothing that Ken could do with a total of 2 deaths to his head now. We all know the superior burst potential that Forza is able to bring onto this playing field.
Yeah, because if you can see Forza constantly aiming with the circling eagle onto the Ken, eliminating Ken away from the fight, because he knows that the winning conditions for Almghty is that SD stays intact to heal up. Right now they are going in for Forza. Will they be able to get into Forza? No, they won't, and it's going to be another free lane onto LY4 as it continues to be able to build up onto the goal.
Now, one good thing to note is that Alice as well as Uranus is the one that will skill together. But the thing is, I do think that Alice will pay a lot more attention onto the NOD to ensure that the backline doesn't get as much healing as possible, because that is one hero that focuses on healing. Now that is something that will be countered easily by a single item, while on the side of RSG, their backlines and their support, Forza provides a lot of utility, movement speed, as well as damage. So they gotta have to watch out for exactly where Forza is, and as well as how opened up the map is based on how Forza is working on. Forza gets himself completely picked out, really good ultimate from the side of Sky as he locks the opponents down, unable to slide away. Now that is 2 kills for the side, 1 kill for the side of RSG and 1 kill for the side of Almghty. Almghty slowly getting themselves the helm of this game by taking up the middle lane turret. It's not going to be a contest. There's a sandstorm coming from the Sync. The massive amount of damage just pushing the heck out of Almghty. Now that is a one-man army, I dare say, as Sync just spins around with the Desert Tornado, and all of Almghty, they're just scared of that.
Yep, right now Forza is going in. He has the vision onto Adamir, with most of the team camping around in the turtle itself, and it seems like whoever is going to go into the brush itself, Forza getting a lot of damage coming in from Adamir. I think that his power spike is starting to show in the kind of a mid-game.
Yep, slowly and surely, the Void Crystal did not do anything in terms of space control, but that is going to be a mega kill in favor of LY4. Raging Sandstorm from Sync blasts himself right in the middle of all the real-world manipulation, but it's okay because the Quick Sand Gun is going to put himself in a really nice place, gets himself a kill right on the Sky. Adamir's next. The last man remaining is going to be Jay, as all of RSG managed to successfully take down 4 of their adversaries, and is going to open up the middle lane turret all for themselves, while also stealing off the opponent's purple buff, suffocating Almghty even more of the farm that they needed. RSG holding Almghty by the scruff of the neck, but Winter Truncheon on Jason first. Is that the 4th item?
I think that the Winter Truncheon is to go into the backline to sustain a little bit, and now that RSG is actually leading by an 8k goal lead, they can potentially go in to the backlash of Almghty, where it's very weak. If you look at the Almghty, right, Ken is constantly a kind of a target for the side of Forza. They're just constantly aiming on him to eliminate him out of the game. I mean, in Game 1 and Game 2, he's not having the best day itself, constantly being aimed by RSG.
So here it is, right? This is a 9 minutes game now. We're looking at a total of 7,000 goal lead that RSG have. Jason is just popping himself in. The blood out, the hot guard. He's just taking it all in. He doesn't even need a Winter Truncheon because he's just pushing everyone away. And the massive amount of damage that's able to bring out onto the board. Peel for his team. He initiated the fight with great precision. And of course, to use the flicker to ensure that he literally jumps right on top of his enemies. So that has been a great fight for RSG. That is another turret that's secured in the middle lane. The next one is definitely going to be the top lane, or even go for the 10 minutes Lord.
Yeah, RSG leading now by almost going to be close to 10k goal lead now, having majority of the map control, as again they push Almghty back into the bases. I mean, for the side of Almghty, if they want to at least have a chance to have this game in the back, they have to drag this game to wait for the power spike for the items of Eve as well as Adamir. But I don't think that RSG is going that easily. They want to end the game as soon as possible, because if you look at the items itself, they are so much ahead of Almghty.
So much ahead. LY4 is already on his way to get himself the Endless Battle, and not to forget, he's on the midway point of getting his Sea Halberd. But that's not important. The Deadly Blade is one thing that he needs in order to deal with June. While Jason, he's already gotten himself with the third item, and of course, it does seem like the first item is going to be the Clock of Destiny, the wand, the lollipop, whatever you like to say. We've got the book, and as well as the Winter Truncheon. The next one in line, it does seem like it could very well be the Brute Force Breastplate, to ensure that he takes a lot less total magical and physical damage throughout the board. So a lot more tankiness into the play, but I guess that the burst coming from Sync is something that we should be afraid of. Bloodlust Axe, Blade on Heptases, and the next one, well, BOD.
Yep, indeed. With the Lord coming into the battling Alice, Jason just looking for any space to go.
God.
Look at the damage coming in with the healing coming for Axis. It's going to be a killing spree onto Adamir. They do not have their core member. With the Lord marching in and only 3 members left for Almghty, can they defend this one out?
This is so nutty. The combination between Angela as well as this Alice is just wiping everyone from the surface of this earth. And now the core dropped to 50%, 30%, and maybe 20%, 1%, and down it goes. The core is dead. RSG sets up a perfect racket in the lower bracket in a complete 2-0 victory at the start of yesterday as well as today, both of which games are the entry, the start of the MPL SG Day 1 and Day 2, and they have been giving us games after games that are just so flawless.
Indeed. Congratulations to RSG, looking really strong in the local brackets itself, defeating Almghty and sending Almghty home.
Oh man, now that is not what we were expecting. Yes, the